Hello, everybody. I'm here to do your week 3 walkthrough. Okay, so this week we are going to be talking about poverty and economic disparity. It is a complicated topic, and I want to give a bit of a disclaimer here. As I say in the beginning of the lecture, this can be kind of a triggering topic, and there is kind of no good way to talk about it in a way that doesn't feel like it relies even in a minor way on stereotypes or whatever. And I think that the important thing to remember here is that um, we need to rely on the data. We need to rely on the research, and the research obviously has different interpretations sometimes, but sometimes it's really clear. And what I have tried to do in the lecture, and what I think your book does in a pretty good way, is to rely on data that's pretty clear. It's the it's the reasons behind the data where I think it gets a little bit tricky. So I just want you to keep that in mind as you're doing this week's work, because it can be difficult to think about this topic. Okay, so with that said, here's what we're doing this week. This is the first week where you have a discussion post, where you have an initial post due. That's going to be on Wednesday at 11:59 p.m. So before you go to bed on Wednesday. And then you also have a reply due on Saturday at 6 p.m. So I've put reminders in your Canvas calendar for the discussion initial post on Wednesday, but the due date on the discussion itself says Saturday. I can't put two dates on one thing, so I had to pick one and pick Saturday. Make sure that you are aware that there are two parts of this assignment. This is what most discussions are going to look like, so it's a structure that you should work to get used to. Okay, there's also a module quiz that's due on Sunday. As always, it locks at that time. All right, so here is your to-do list. Read chapter 3 in your book, the week 3 lecture. So I have been looking at the statistics for the lectures on YouTube. Not everybody is watching them. When I say that they are technically optional, what that means is that you will do okay on the exams if you don't watch them, but you're not going to really get a good understanding of the content. You're not really going to get a feel for it or get the analysis for it if you don't watch the lecture. So please make sure that you watch the lectures. And again, I'm breaking them up, the longer ones, into 2 and possibly 3, I don't know, parts. And you need to make sure that you watch both parts of the lecture. All right. So back to the poverty discussion. I just want to click on this for a second. The requirements for this discussion are just like the last assignment that you had last week. This is more about your thought process and more about your ability to analyze than it is so much about answering specific questions. I have sort of very limited interest in quizzing you on rote knowledge. The thing that is important to me, and that is important for social workers in general, is that you are able to analyze a situation. So that's what this and most, I think, of your assignments are going to be about, and what this one is about. So read carefully through it. Your initial post is 15 points, but your reply post is 10 points. That's a lot. So don't neglect it. The things that you need to do is you need to pick one cause or effect of poverty. You don't need to do both. You just need to grab one. And just to make it complicated, some things are both cause and effect. And that's fine. That's absolutely fine. but not all things. So don't make yourself, um, you know, don't get too in your head about this. A lot of things are both the cause and effect of poverty. Okay. So make sure that you have scrolled through. Start this early because then you'll have more options. Make sure that you've scrolled through your peers' posts already before you reply, because you are not to do a cause or effect that one of your classmates has already done. You will get a 0 for that. So explore the cause or effect that you've chosen. Do again, think independently. I've given you some questions to think about and to respond to, but your post doesn't have to follow the structure of the questions that I've presented to you, and is very likely to have additional questions that you need to answer, that sort of thing. So, just be complete is the ask here. The ask is not for you to just say, oh, Professor Baum asked, questions 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to answer questions 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's not what we're doing here. We need to work on independent analysis, independent thought. The questions are just a guide. For whatever sources that you use, make sure that you're using APA formatted citations. You will lose points if your citations are missing or if they are not formatted in APA. So if you don't know what that is, make sure that you click on that link there about what are peer-reviewed sources, how do you find them, and you don't need to use peer-reviewed sources, by the way, for this, but you can, as well as the APA quick guide, which will help you write the citation itself. Okay, so reply post, same kind of idea. Critical thinking is the priority here. Okay, so I think that is probably it for the walkthrough. I don't think that there is anything else that I want to. Okay. Fine. All right. Again, if you have any questions or anything, please come to Zoom office hours. If you can't make office hours, please let me know. We'll find a time, or send me an email and we will have a chat. All right. Thank you so much, everybody. Talk soon.